Hey up and welcome to the second Shimmy TV vehicle review in conjunction with Nottingham Post. This week we're testing the 2008 Bentley Continental GTC Titan, and that's courtesy of Benz Bavarian in Derby. Thanks a lot and come and have a butcher's. So the Bentley Continental GT is powered by a W12 bi-turbo 6-litre engine, and for those of you who don't know exactly what that means, it's like taking two engines and bolting them together. Now this massive engine puts out 552 horsepower and 479 foot-pounds of torque, and when it was built was the most powerful and fastest luxury car ever made. Now even though it weighs the same weight as, I don't know, a small elephant, it will still go from 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds and hits a top speed of 200 miles an hour. Now, as special and as amazing as a Bentley is ordinarily, this is no ordinary Bentley. This one's had the Titan conversion courtesy of Benz Bavarian in Derby, and what that does is it transforms a pretty ordinary looking luxury car and turns it into something that draws more attention than a streaker at a football match with fireworks coming out of his backside. Now the interior is probably just as, and if not more, beautiful than the outside. It's so beautiful and so amazing that I don't even think you need to list every single little thing and extra that the car has, because it has everything. Everything's electric, everything's heated, everything's handmade and hand-stitched. It even has carpet on the roof. Don't ask me why you need carpet on the roof and what your feet are going to be doing up there. The Titan conversion consists of LED lights, full body kit with bumpers, side skirts, archers, rear spoiler, 22-inch alloys, custom paint, lowered suspension, Titan badges everywhere you look, and if the sound of the standard Bentley wasn't impressive enough for you, the Titan comes with a sports exhaust which sounds like thunder. So that's all the technical stuff out of the way. Now let's see what she's like to drive. Sound of this flipping car. I guess you could say with a car like this, it gives you everything you'd expect from a top of the range car. It just does it so much better. On paper, the Bentley Continental is fast, but in reality, it's very, very fast. I mean, even though it weighs so much, 552 horsepower is a hell of a lot of power, and even without putting it into sport, it's so responsive and so powerful and just keeps on pulling. I mean, not that I've tested it, but I'm going to presume it will keep pulling until it gets to 200 miles an hour, because that's what they say the car will do. It's not like most cars. I mean, there's a lot of cars that have power like this, you know, your Ferraris, your Lambos, stuff like that, your Porsches, but they're all designed for real fast driving, and they're light as well, so they stop as fast as they go, whereas something like this, it's so fast you only really notice how big the car is when it comes to stopping it. And even with Bentley's massive brakes, it still gets you a little bit nervous when you're coming up to a corner at whatever speed you're going to be doing and you go for the brakes. I mean, this thing, yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted if you're going to drive it fast, let's put it that way. Let's put it in sport. What a car. What a car. Now, buying a Bentley is one thing, and it will probably cost you a remortgage on a house. Running a Bentley is a whole other ball game. That will probably cost you the house. I mean, I've been driving this car now for about a week, and the very best I've seen is 9 miles to the gallon round town and 14 miles to the gallon on a motorway. I mean, literally, this car has got like an addiction to petrol, and I swear to God, this is the most steady I've ever driven in fear of running out of petrol. I mean, the speedometer moves less than the petrol gauge does, and that is no word of a lie. I've never driven anything so thirsty. I'll give you an example. To drive this car from Nottingham to London and back, which is about 200 and about 250 miles will cost you about 90 quid. All of a sudden, the train seems cheap, and I hate the train. But then, if you've got the money to buy this car, surely you must have the money to run it, and you won't be moaning about the petrol like I am. This is why I'll be giving it back. Now, I've driven thousands of cars in my time, and I've never driven anything that draws attention quite like the Bentley Titan. I mean, it's ridiculous. Everywhere you go, people are looking at it, taking pictures of it. I mean, if you want something that's gonna, you know, help you blend in, this definitely isn't the car for you. Even the police stare at me. They probably think I've nicked it. So the Bentley Continental, all in all, is a pretty amazing car. And I'd say if you have the money to buy one and run one, definitely do it. Because there's not many cars out there that will give you this sort of feeling. And with the Titan upgrade, it really is in a league of its own. However, on my wage, it would take a few more films and probably Hollywood to call before you see me joining the Bentley Club. But for now, I'm happy to pretend while I'm driving this car.